Midwest is the best.
Midwest the best? All right, I believe we are live.
Holy snap.
Here we are. Okay. Welcome, everybody. Let me shift over here real quick. Welcome to the Powerup.
Hey, how about that?
Yes,
Are we
welcome
live
to
or
the
what?
Powerup.
Yeah.
Where not even taking off your shirt can keep you from getting to the next level.
Nice.
I'm your host this evening, Alex Dupong, and of course I have with me my co-partner in crime, Nicholas Kramer. Say hi,
everybody.
Yeah, we got some great introductions for you guys tonight. So this is going to be the first episode of the Power Up, but the second season of the Gamer Gauntlet podcast. So obviously, if any of you guys tuned in last year, you can clearly see now that things are a lot different, especially since you can actually see us now. We got some nice new tech. We're going to be casting out of the beautiful dungeon known as Gamer Gauntlet.
The venue.
Yes, the venue. And so, without further ado, let's kick this bad boy off.
Right.
On our evening list this podcast, we will be discussing In the Fray. We'll be talking about hacks. The Great Bit Debate, which is a kind of new segment we're going to be adding in this year. And then, of course, the at least the host favorite, Quizilla.
Quizira!
And then we're going to be tailing off the end of the podcast with segment 2, which we're going to be discussing the League of the Week. And we're ready to rock and roll.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming.
It's been a long time
We've
coming.
been dreaming of doing this podcast for so long now, like with video, and
Yeah.
the secret's out now. Welcome, everybody.
Secret's out now. So, forgive us while we dust off the cobwebs and get back into our podcasting MO.
Mm-hmm.
But what better way to start this out by getting in the fray?
In the fray time. All right. So tonight we are going to be talking. Well, okay. First we'll start off with hacks in the fray, and that's HAX, in case you noobs are wondering. And tonight we're going to be talking about Dogecoin, or as I say it and get used to it, Dogecoin.
Yep.
So you might have heard about cryptocurrencies, you might not have. But I'm going to kind of learn you on them tonight because Dogecoin is something special. It's something that has not ever happened before. I mean, cryptocurrency is pretty new. Let me just start out with a little bit of history of cryptocurrency. Relatively speaking, Dogecoin is super, super new. And if you haven't heard of cryptocurrency before, it's like code that is used to transfer money, and it's super secure, and that's super watering it down. If you really want to know, like, Google it on, search for it on YouTube and stuff. But like you've probably heard of Bitcoin. It's a secure kind of coin that you can use for different types of transactions. It's kind of been associated with nefarious things on the internet, but and obviously I think you probably know most of the history on this. Bitcoin has been around since let's see here, 2009. But Dogecoin originated on December 8th of 2013, and so it's super, super new. And I heard of Bitcoin, and like one of my buddies told me about Bitcoin, and he wanted to like get rich off of it because the price went from nothing to like hundreds and hundreds of dollars per Bitcoin overnight.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not really into this whole get rich quick business, and stuff. But then when I heard of Dogecoin, I was super pumped because it was just stupid. And no one cared about getting rich at all. And so if you haven't heard of the meme before, there's this Shiba Inu, which is a type of Japanese dog.
Yeah.
And this picture of this dog was basically grabbed on the internet and used for like this new meme that people call Doge. Most people pronounce it Doge. I call it Doge. But basically, you have this dog who has this enchanting look on his face,
Well, yeah, it was. I actually found the origins of Doge, and it was a photo shoot. So the owner was taking a photo shoot of her dog, and it's really funny because if you actually look at the whole album, the iconic Doge face was literally a accident, like a happy accident, because the dog absolutely did not want to have its picture taken at all. Like every photo leading up to that, and every photo after that just gets hostile. And
they have those in the memes
paints,
too.
Yeah, it paints just a bad image on poor little Doge, you know.
But the funny thing is that his look, that Doge look on his face, it just makes it. And if you go back to the different pictures there, you see he has this constant the most prevalent emotion to me is slightly confused exuberance. It's like he just looks a little excited and kind of confused, and he was wondering what's going on. He's always like, wow, wow, something's happening.
Yeah.
And so it's a little mischievous too. So anyway, I think Doge is hilarious, and when I found out it was going to be a cryptocurrency and it was a cryptocurrency that no one cared about getting rich on, I was like, this is for me. Doge was actually created by an a former IBM engineer named Billy Marcus of Portland, Oregon. He wanted to create a cryptocurrency that would reach a broader audience than an investment-minded Bitcoin audience, which I kind of mentioned I wasn't into. And then this guy named Jackson Palmer in Australia from Adobe Systems had the idea for Dogecoin, and he reached out to Marcus and is like, hey, you know how to do this. I want to make Dogecoin. Let's make this reality. And then some dude on Twitter was like, yeah, let's do this. And they were like, okay, some guy on Twitter wants us to do this. Let's make it happen. And so that's why they actually made it happen. And like in the course of like a weekend, they had it up. And I heard about it December 8th is when Dogecoin came out. I heard about it like a week later. I was up and mining in like a week.
Yeah.
It didn't even take me a week to get started. I just tried it, and it pretty much worked. And that's pretty much why I got into it. So I've just been mining Dogecoin, and it's fun because I have it now, and that's pretty much all I can say for that because I haven't spent it. But what I wanted to talk about is our opinions on Dogecoin, because I know that you, when you first heard about Dogecoin, you were like, what the hell?
Well, just cryptocurrencies in general, shadiness aside, origins aside, I just kind of thought they were BS, in my opinion. I just, Bitcoin was literally nothing until everybody heard about it. And then, of course, everyone wants to get rich off of it, but that's not how it happens. You don't get rich when everyone finds out about something. You get rich when you find a secret and you own a lot of it, and then people find out about it, So when people are like, I'm going to get rich off of Bitcoin, or you hear all these people where they're like, should have invested in Bitcoin, man. Should have been there. Could have been a billionaire. And everyone kept saying that. Could have been a billionaire. Could have bought a boat, Could have went to Fiji. Could have bought Fiji. And I'm just like, how? I understood the concept. I did a little bit of research on it. I understood how, the unique currency was created and stuff like that.
Well, it's secure and all that jive.
Right, and then on the other hand, people are like, yeah, but it's not real.
Yeah,
it's real, but it's not real.
And another big problem is that you're treating a currency which is used for investing as an investment, which is like economic double dipping, and that sounds kind of scary to me.
It's just completely unique. It's just this Frankenstein concept that no one really knows how to deal with, right?
And it's never the world's never seen it before, so it's what do you do?
And so what bugged me is everywhere I looked, it only seemed like at best you could trade Bitcoin for product. You could never really say, Nick, I have 1 million Bitcoins, and 1 Bitcoin is worth $1 US. Will you take my 1 million Bitcoins and give me $1 million? Mm-hmm. I never really heard. People are like, yeah, dude, that happens all the time. And I'm like, does it though?
There's sites that sell stuff.
Does the federal bank or Fort Knox doing Bitcoin conversion rates?
Not even close.
You know what I mean?
It's really fishy because there's a couple main places that do the currency rates and stuff, and they're all different. Right. They're never the same. And I guess that applies to real currency too. But it's such an unestablished thing. To me, just trying to make money off it is kind of dumb. Trying to have fun with it, like Dogecoin, is great. So Dogecoin is supposed to be used for tipping on the internet. That's kind of what it was conceived for, and I think that's getting more and more prevalent. If you want to find out more about Dogecoin, you should really visit the Dogecoin subreddit on reddit.com because they have all the info you need. They're really, really good about keeping everything up to date, and they have some awesome resources. I could actually spend my 70 or 80 some odd thousand Dogecoin. There's dogeshop.org.
Yeah, and that is what kind of changed my tune. Mm-hmm. Because for the first time, you had been talking about Dogecoin, a couple of our friends have been talking about Dogecoin, been seeing it everywhere, and I just still was like, it's cryptocurrency, whatever, forget cryptocurrencies, I'm just not going to jump on that fan boat, But it wasn't until, I think it was you who actually posted online stuff you could buy with Dogecoin, and it wasn't actually like drugs or guns or other human beings or anything like that. It was some really cool stuff. It was iPads. It was graphics cards. It was. I was like
pizza gift cards.
I was like, I could use a new graphics card. Yeah. I could use a T-shirt. And then when I looked at it, I was like, so you mean to tell me all I have to do is let my computer just keep running like it always does, and maybe in a couple of months I just magically get to own A graphics card?
Exactly. That's pretty cool. Even though they say on the subreddit that you should just hang on to your Doge right now. You shouldn't spend it. And I'm kind of in that line of thinking because honestly, if I want a T-shirt or a graphics card, I'll just buy it with my real money. But you know, it is kind of a cool thought. So, you got some cool Doge music. My favorite one is the "Ha ha! Time for Doge," and that's my favorite.
Mine has to be the Doge Hound. When I saw that, I just
good too.
Especially since in Gamer Gauntlet we have the Fox Hound League, so I feel like that should just be the unofficial mascot of the Fox Hound League.
I agree. That's pretty.
You know
funny.
what I mean?
So basically, going forward, also I have to mention, they did a fundraiser for the Jamaican bobsled team that actually went to Sochi.
Yeah.
They raised like $30,000 worth of Dogecoin and gave it to them, which is pretty cool. So Doge has been pretty cool because they've been the community is really neat. Mm-hmm. And they've been using it for good, so I think that's really neat.
Well, and that was kind of when I started turning too, because I heard that, and then I heard Arnold Schwarzenegger was actually accepting cryptocurrency donations, and then you basically would tip him a couple of Doge or a Bitcoin or whatever you wanted to tip him, and then he would record or send custom videos or messages for you.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's
and
really
it was
cool.
all for one of his charities that he was trying to fundraise for. And I was like, okay, so there's got to be a step I'm missing, because apparently everyone can accept this somehow. Like in some way, shape, or form, you can actually convert this into a financial gain for something you need. And I was like, I could get on board with it.
Yeah, to me, it's still kind of a mystery how these shops like stay in business because they have to pay real money for products and then get the Dogecoin and then convert it back to real money. But that's not my problem.
That's not our issue. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, quick question before we end this segment.
Yeah.
What do you think we could use Dogecoin for if we were to put them into like a video game or something? Like, do you think that could even work? Any ideas there?
I think the natural progression of cryptocurrencies would be in freemium apps.
Yeah, I agree completely.
Yeah.
You'd spend coins like that to get like in-app purchases and stuff.
because you have all your dumb in-app purchases for this and that.
Everybody hates those.
Yeah, like you have to wait 24 hours for this to build, or 3.5 days for this, or for $5.99 US.
Those stupid time-based apps, you could spend Doge to hurry things up. I would be into that because I've never once bought one of those speed up your construction thing.
I've done it a little bit. If I really like the game, I've tried it once or twice.
Yeah, and there's something to be said for supporting a game you like.
Yeah,
but
I could definitely see that in the future happening, where just any cryptocurrency could be immediately used for things like that, because
that'd be pretty slick.
You could probably have it tied to a wallet in your phone, a crypto wallet. Link that stuff to your game center.
Yep.
Bada bing, bada boom.
I love
making your money with
we even talked about
currencies. Huh?
We even talked about putting cryptocurrency or something on our G2 site. So we'll see if we ever actually make that happen.
Yeah.
I don't even know what we're gonna
Maybe
use
next
it for.
season we'll only accept membership fees in cryptocurrency.
So mine that Doge.
Mind that
'cause
Doge,
we need it.
so you can play next year,
Or just
in Gamer Gauntlet.
don't worry about it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So that's all we got for that hack segment. Let's keep it moving.
All right, perfect. Yeah, so moving on, we are going to start a new segment called The Great Bit Debate. Yes, say that 10 times fast. So the one thing that we are going to talk about today is Zelda video games. Now, how are we going to make this any different than any other Joe Schmo who's talking about Zelda games online? Know what I'm saying, right? All right, so what we're going to basically talk about today is an article that I found a long time ago, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are going to recognize it from the internet. This is definitely not new news. It's just news that we wanted to talk about right now. And basically, the Great Bit Debate is where me and Nick kind of take sides or simply, mash up and roll around just a topic that we're passionate about. And the topic that we're going to talk about today is Zelda as the main character of a Zelda game.
The princess.
Yes, the princess, because not like the joke where what if Zelda was a girl?
Oh yeah. I was like,
No.
wait.
That's kind of yeah. What if Zelda was a girl?
What if?
Yeah.
You guys.
What if?
What
guys?
if Zelda was a girl?
Should we just talk about that? What should we just talk about?
No, let's talk about the other thing.
All right. Yeah. No. So the basically, and we're not talking about some of the games she's aired in before. I know that she did kind of play a part in, I think it was Spirit Tracks, where she's like dead, and she can animate objects, and then she can help Link, and she's kind of a partner in your team. And I'm not even talking about in Smash Brothers, where you can play as Zelda and Sheik. No. We're talking about, calling Nintendo, getting them on the phone, getting some storyboards drawn up, and we're going to be asking them to pull in... Not that.
Dope.
Not this.
Well,
This.
there we go.
The Legend of Zelda, the Clockwork Empire. So, pull up some information on this bad boy for you.
Basically, this was an article that was posted.
Yeah, so it was made by a comic artist. And so...
this concept for a Zelda, like a main character Zelda video game.
So this is all concept art, right? And basically, the Clockwork Empire would have been set 2,000 years after Twilight Princess, and is not a reboot, but simply another iteration in the Zelda franchise. It just so happens that in this case, Zelda is the protagonist. He goes on to say that he's a very big fan of Zelda, the games and the character herself, and that he really wanted to capture sort of more of a feminine art to it,
And kind of get a different side of, like, the perspective of, Zelda being the main character, being a hero,
Right.
seeing what she's really made of in terms of, combat and just kind of showing her side of things. Because you never really truly get her side of things. I mean, she's actually kind of mysterious in a lot of the games, as she plays Sheik and things like that. So it'd be really interesting. So it has the description of Zelda as the main character, and I thought this was super cool. She's an aspiring battle mage, which... I don't know about you, but Battle Mage, that just gives me chills.
I love
so
both
cool.
those words.
Yeah, I like both those words, and together they're even cooler. Found and adopted by wandering Sheikah people, Zelda was raised under their traveling circus. Upon entering the borders of the Kalatian Empire, Zelda is separated from her extended family during an Imperial raid. And then some other crazy stuff happens, and basically she has to go out and save everybody, the whole world.
Yeah, so in this world, it, as they said, it's kind of a... continuation of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
So you still have all the same characters. The other thing I really liked is not only is she a traveling battle mage and stuff like that, but now there is Prince Link. So Link is now the damsel in distress, and Zelda is now the BA battle mage who's got to go fight all these baddies to save his ass.
Yeah, and if you read the comments on this article, it was really interesting, the discussion that came forth. Some of it was bad. Some of it was really, I mean, you know how comments are.
Yeah, it got pretty heated. Another thing that I really liked is, so in here, it's Prince Link. He's a very sheltered heir to the throne, and he's completely unaware that his kingdom is being descended into imperial aggression, right?
By who?
By none other than Ganondorf Dragmire, chief advisor to the throne.
So how weird is that? Ganondorf works for Link as the prince, but he's turning their military into this unstoppable force and like taking over the land.
Yeah,
right under his nose.
You have the three biggies, from every Zelda game. I think perfectly crafted into like the necessary story plot points. You have Zelda, obviously, as the main hero. I think Ganondorf as, like, the creepy, skeevy advisor. I kind of have, like, Wormtongue from Lord of the Rings in my mind, where he's just, like, slithering into Theoden's ear the whole time.
Well, I like how he's actually kind of out in the open, because he's part of the royal, workings. He's right there with Link.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's hiding behind some magical seal or locked away in a temple and he just comes out to mess with you. It's like he's kind of too close, too close to the damsel in distress. It sounds really weird to say that about Link. Sounds a little irreverent, in my opinion.
Well, he's not a damsel.
I know he's not a damsel, but you know what I mean. Just the role reversal. That's what we're talking about is the role reversal, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
But, so Zelda, she gets separated from her family who's captured, and she has to try to free them. And man, did they come up with some cool like places for her to go and some cool weapons for her to have.
You should talk about the gauntlet. So the one thing I liked about this is they were going to change the game mechanics of how Zelda interacted so that Zelda wouldn't basically be like a skin cover of Link, let's just take Link and just reskin the sprite. This guy had a really original idea for completely rehashing the concept of how Zelda would interact. And Nick, go ahead and tell him about that.
So Zelda would get this gauntlet instead of a shield, and it would allow her to use different magical spells, and she could get these elemental stones that she puts into the gauntlet, like as she fits them right in there, and then she would be able to learn different elemental spells that she could use, and then she could switch out the stones to use the different spells. So, there's earth, fire, water, wind. I mean, you could have guessed that. And it says that he would want Zelda to focus on her skills being less offensive and more strategic. Like, she wouldn't set a whole enemy on fire. She would set their armor on fire, or set their shield on fire, or set fire around them to prevent them from moving, or she would create a bridge of ice to get somewhere. And these are all functions that would kind of replace what you would normally know as Link's hook shot and his boomerang and all of those, the bombs. It would kind of replace all those functions. So instead of gathering all that equipment, you would gather spells instead, which is a pretty cool idea, because I don't think there's ever really been that much of a magic tree in Zelda. I mean, it's been pretty basic.
The closest it ever got was the magic arrows. Yeah,
pretty much. Mm-hmm. And then there's also different schools of magic that this guy wanted Zelda to be able to study under. And so you would there's Arcane, Twilight, and Divine. Mm-hmm. They're all represented by these fictional yet pretty cool looking prominent figures in the world.
Yeah, and what I like is he pulled a lot of these schools from the current Zelda lore. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you have the Arcane, which is the scholarly magic of the Calatian Empire, so that's this new world he's created, so you have the new world, new magic. Then you have the Twilight, which Queen Midna from Twilight Princess is the deity of this magic. Mm-hmm. It's an ancient twilly magic, teleporting from one object's shadow to another, so you're very much pulling off of the Twilight Princess world, wearing darkness as a cloak and seeing the unseen. And then lastly is the Divine, magic of ancient Hyrule. So you're pulling it from the old Link world, Mm-hmm. Used by sages and knights to enhance one's resilience in combat and banish the forces of darkness.
And also, you forgot to mention the Arcane one. You're says meddling with the laws of nature, weight and size and time, etc. Mm-hmm. That's the one I would be leveling up in, because that sounds dope.
I think they're all really cool.
They really do sound cool. So are we gonna talk about our opinions going forward? And stuff?
So we could talk about just this concept for probably a half an hour. Yeah. We'll try to post the link to this somewhere. We'll have to kind of figure that out.
Yeah. We don't know how we're gonna do that yet.
We'll have to work on it.
It'll be somewhere.
But basically, if we can't get you guys the link, please go check out. Let's see here, Dresden Kodak. Is the author.
ZeldaInformer.com is where the article's at. ZeldaInformer.com.
Yeah. So go check that out. It's an awesome read. I literally, when I found it, read through the whole thing. And when me and Nick were talking about knocking this out of the park, I was like, dude, we got to start out with this. I think it's awesome. Mm-hmm. So yeah, let's just get into it. We have a couple minutes left in the segment. I guess first big question: could you see this being a play? Could you see this being a game that Miyamoto would roll out?
I feel like this guy's definitely on the right track with something, but there's something about it that isn't quite there yet. To be honest, okay, this guy's a great artist, but I don't really like how the characters look. Everything else is great, but the characters look weird to me, so they'd have to change that. But Zelda kind of has its own style, and I don't think that would be a problem.
Right. Yeah. And I'm sure since he is his own artist, some personal creativity has to kind of be put into play. Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of debate on the comments of this about Link being just this idiot prince, and I thought that the Link idea was super awkward. I feel like they could maybe put Link elsewhere in the story and it would still work. Instead of being a prince. I don't know. What do you think about that?
No, I would have to disagree. I like the role reversal. I have two things to say. One, I like the role reversal because obviously Zelda was always the princess, so it would make sense that the hero would switch places. So if she's going to be the hero, then he would have to be the prince. The other thing, too, is they've never really fleshed out Link's personality in a game ever.
That's true.
Ever. So
if you were going to all of a sudden give this guy a personality and stuff like that, why wouldn't you give him this like dim-witted appearance? It'd be the only personality anyone would believe.
I suppose, because he never says anything.
Out being this like eloquent Duke of Ver, like, I do declare that this salty blah, 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 and like no one would be like, what? That's not. They would probably stop playing the game just because the image of Link would just pull them out of the world. You know?
Like that actually raises a good point. I kind of wonder what gamers' perception is of Link, or do they just feel that that's them? Like, this is me.
Yeah. And
because you never hear Link say anything ever, and or except for and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like grunting a lot.
Just sword swinging and stuff.
Exactly.
That's interesting.
And so I kind of like the idea of maybe him still holding on to that silent protagonist image a little bit, and then of course having Ganondorf there to basically be Link. From the sounds of the article, it really does sound like he tells Link, I think we should do this, and Link's like,
yeah,
and it just happens,
Mm-hmm.
and I like that. I like that idea. I mean, you could also get into the argument, and I know the comments said that too, about like feminism versus how come Link has to be...
People got really in the weeds with that stuff.
It was really weird.
They're taking a fun idea and just ruining it with all this
I don't think that this is feminist at all. I mean...
I think it's just an interesting idea. And if anybody's offended by Link not being... Or like a... I don't know. I don't know what they were offended by, honestly. Whatever. It's just a cool idea, guys. And it's going to be fun. And you're going to buy it. You know you will. Because it's a Zelda game.
Yeah.
If it ever happens.
If it ever happened. I think that this is exactly what the Zelda franchise needs.
I would agree that something new needs to happen.
Something like this.
I love Zelda games, but I tell you what, for some reason, and this is not most people, just me, but I kind of get tired of the same sort of Zelda format over and over again.
Well, yeah, and then we'll have to talk about that in a future Great Bit debate, but yeah, I just think that a lot of these franchises could benefit from a nice sidestep. I mean, do something, mix it up. And I don't mean like mix it up like Halo mix it up, where they're like, it's Master Chief again,
well,
doing the same thing he did again.
Some people would argue that Zelda does mix it up, and I could totally see that, because they do change something in every game.
True.
It's just there's
But that argument lies with everything.
Yeah.
You could say that Halo mixes it up because they give you a new set of guns every time.
But as far as, playing as Zelda, it'd be really cool to see, because she already kind of has a personality, to some degree, as far as you can. And it'd be cool to see how that works into it, now that your character has a personality. It'd also be cool to just see, like, what it's like to be, part of the Sheikah tribe and to kind of be a ninja, I guess.
Yeah.
That'd be really sweet. And so... and also, I guess if you didn't catch from the title, the Clockwork Empire, there's like clockwork robots and stuff everywhere that Zelda would have to be fighting.
It was a very steampunky world.
Pretty cool to have robots everywhere, so I'd be down with that.
All right, well, that sadly is all we really have for the Great Debate. We're going to have to cut that segment short a little bit. We're going to see if we can't squeeze in a little bit of Quizilla.
Sure, let's do some Quizilla.
We're going to see if we can't squeeze in a little bit of Quizilla to finish off our In the Fray segment here. So if a lot of you guys had tuned into last season, you might have seen us do a couple of Quizillas. And this year, basically, we're going to do the same concept, but we're going to come a little bit more prepared. So we found a couple of quizzes that we like, and we're obviously going to quiz each other on these. But now we have nice analog paper forms so that the sites don't crash, or Nick answers correctly and I can't type for crap, and so, things like that don't work. So we're going to make this a lot better, a lot more friendly for you guys to watch, a lot more fun for us to enjoy. And
so who goes first?
Make heads or tails of your...
Okay, so basically you have like level names, but it has a blank in it. So you just read it like blank, whatever.
Holy
and then
cow.
I have to fill in the blank.
Okay, all right. So the quiz.
Right
okay, so I will quiz you first.
Okay, cool.
All right. So let's see. How much time do we want to put on the clock here?
Make it like 3 minutes or something.
All right. I'm gonna give you a good old 3 minutes. Okay. So the name of this quiz here is: Can you name the Sonic the Hedgehog levels?
So it's like the levels are fragmented with blanks, and I have to try to fill in the blanks, and it's from like any Sonic game ever. I'm a big Sonic fan, so this is the quiz I wanted to do.
Yep. So All right, buddy.
Okay.
Whenever you are ready.
I'm ready, I think.
Okay, let me get into a nice position here.
Okay.
All right, and 3, 2, 1. Quizira.
All right.
All right. Aquatic blank.
Aquatic ruins.
Yes. Blank Babylon.
Ooh. Let's skip that one. You gonna mark down the ones I get right?
Yep.
All right.
Blank Park.
Oh, Carnival Park.
Nope.
What was it? I'm gonna be so mad at myself for some of these. I'm gonna be so mad.
Not doing too hot, buddy.
No, I'm not. I'm 1 for 3.
All right, skipping it. Blank Valley.
Azure Valley.
Whoa. Nope.
Oh.
All right. Blank Desert.
Better not be dry desert.
No.
Nope. Okay. Skip it.
No. All right. Blank Cave.
Mystic Cave.
Nice. All right. Okay.
Finally.
Red blank.
Oh. Red. Oh, what was it? Red Hills.
No.
Of course not.
Radical blank.
Machine?
Nope.
Oh my gosh, I'm doing so bad.
Dude, you're kind of doing bad.
Yeah.
Mad blank.
Egg?
What? No.
Man.
All right.
I'm getting them all mixed
blank
up.
ruin.
Aquatic ruin?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
You had that one earlier. Metal blank.
Oh. I don't know. Metal City?
Nope.
Okay.
All right. White blank.
Oh, man. These are really... Oh, wait. White Jungle.
Nope.
Oh, are you serious?
Yep.
That's actually a level in a
I know.
game.
I know.
All right.
Blank lake.
Azure Lake?
No. Why do you keep saying this?
I know there's an Azure something.
Okay. Blank factory.
Scrap Brain Factory?
No.
No. Oh my gosh.
Green blank.
Hills.
Yes.
Oh, I got it.
Okay. Final blank.
Destination?
Egg.
Egg. Final egg?
Yeah.
Really?
Splash blank.
Splash Zone.
30 seconds left. Nope.
man.
Splash hill.
Oh, Splash Hill.
Blank core.
Oh. I skip it. I don't know.
Flame core.
Flame Core? Man, I've never heard of these. Some of
All right.
these.
Here we go. Blank canyon.
Wild Canyon?
Rail canyon. Blank palace.
Crystal Palace? No. Emerald Palace?
Nope. Water. Last one.
Okay.
Blank highway.
Oh, Speed Highway.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gets it at the buzzer.
I got like 2 right.
All right, hold on now. You
Oh.
got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a total of. Oh wait, never mind. I thought those were points. Yeah, so you got 5 out of like 3, 6, 8, 10, 12.
Apparently, I'm not as much of a Sonic fan. as I
So
thought I was.
basically, that was a good example that we don't like have this stuff vetted ahead of time. Like,
Yeah.
Like Nick didn't study all night long. Apparently,
I'm the one who printed this out, and I didn't even.
All we really do is we just look for stuff that we like, you know.
I like
and,
Sonic.
and he probably was just like, yeah, cool. I could probably name a couple Sonic levels, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
And
Like
called it a day.
All
And
right.
so,
All right, bro. Let's see how you do.
all right, yeah.
Here we have. Can you name the video games that start with M by year and a short description? So I give him the year and description, and he has to name the video game that went with that. So, are you ready?
Let me get a quick swig of water.
No. I said no.
All right.
All right. Here we go. 3.
So wait, so they all start with M?
All of them.
Okay.
All of them start with M.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. The year is 1980. Control projectiles to save your 6 cities.
Missile Command.
All right. The year is 1981. Your enemies are Blinky, Inky, Pinky, and Sue.
Mrs. Pac-Man.
All right. The year is 1982. This game is exactly 10 times better than Centipede.
Millipede?
Yep. You got all of them right so far. Here we
Okay.
go. 1983. Use the POW block to help flip sidesteppers.
Mario Brothers.
All right. 1986. Your morph ball and screw attack will come in
Metroid.
handy. All right. Little Mac needs your help to take down the
Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
There we go. 1988. This fantasy sequel is all about strength and spells.
Might and Magic.
You got it. 1989. You probably should have killed Dr. Wily at the end of the sequel.
Mega Man.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
1992. Finish him.
Mortal Kombat.
1993. Journey to a mysterious foggy island.
Monkey Island?
Nope.
Mystery Island.
Nope. How many guesses do you get?
I guess just one.
Okay. 1986. Watch out for fake question blocks and green turtle shells.
Mario Brothers?
Nope.
Super Mario Bros.
Do we just do one guess?
Yeah, we just do one guess.
Okay. 1997. The Green Bay Packers.
Madden.
Yeah. Yep. There you go. 1999. Tomorrow is D-Day. Tonight you land behind enemy lines.
Pass.
Okay. All right. 2000s. The arcade version of this super game featuring primates in spheres.
Primate. Oh, that's Monkey Island.
Nope.
Fuck.
All right. 2001. You're a fugitive, framed, undercover cop with nothing to lose.
2001.
2001.
Fugitive. What?
You're a fugitive, framed, undercover cop with nothing to lose.
I don't know.
Okay.
I like how I get all the 80s ones and I can't get
2002. You play as Yoshi, DK, or Waluigi and compete in over 50 minigames.
Mario Party.
I guess we'll give that one to you. It's a number of Mario Party.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, 2003. Midway's take on America's favorite pastime with punching and fiery pitches.
Punching and fiery pitches.
Yeah, I wouldn't know this one for sure.
No, I got nothing.
Okay.
Dang, I was doing so good, too.
Yep. 2004. Control Snake and uncover secrets about a weapon of mass destruction.
Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, sure. 2005. You are a hired gun called to execute the general of North Korea. This actually sounds kind of fun.
Oh, that's not Metal Slug. No. Yeah, I got nothing.
You got 5 seconds. Last one. Roll your heart's desire as the Prince of the Cosmos. Prince of the Cosmos.
Wait.
Yep, you got it.
But that doesn't start with an M.
Oh, well, close. Actually, you're right. It doesn't, but you were close. Anyway, that's time. You almost made it through all of them.
Dang.
You were so close. Okay, so you got okay. So the first one you missed was Mist.
Oh.
MYST in 1993. That's the Foggy Island.
Sure.
1996 was Mario Kart for the watch out for the fake question blocks and green turtle shells.
Oh, sneaky quiz.
1999 was Medal of Honor. Tomorrow is D-Day.
Medal of Honor.
2000s the featuring primates and spheres. That's Monkey Ball.
I said Monkey Island. Yeah.
Yep. You're a fugitive, framed undercover cop. That's Max Payne.
Oh, okay.
And then we have Midway's take on America's favorite pastime with punching and fiery pitches is MLB Slugfest, which I've never heard of.
I knew Midway, so I'm like, okay, it's a sports game. But then it said punches and fiery pitches, so I was like, wait, is this a boxing game or a baseball game?
When I was reading that, I almost said fiery poops. I was like, fiery pitches.
Fiery pitches.
And then you're a hired gun called to execute the general of North Korea is mercenaries.
Never heard of that.
And then it was me and my Katamari. You said Katamari. I counted it. So you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 right out of 20. So 13 out of 20.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's pretty damn good, man. Congratulations.
Yeah. So hopefully in the future, when more of you subscribe and join in on the chat, you guys are totally more than welcome to join in on these quizzes and in on the discussions, period. And on, the whole dang podcast.
The whole darn thing.
Yeah, the whole darn podcast. And what we would like is when we're quizzing each other, we would almost like to be us versus the world kind of thing, So
because I'm good enough to take the world on.
it's also
clearly.
It's also a friendly competition between us two to see who's gonna know the most out of the quiz they chose. But also, I think it'd be really enjoyable if we also had to guess before the rest of the community.
Because we have the
was able to
Twitch
do it.
chat thing up, so we can see what you guys are saying and whatnot.
Yeah, but you know what? We are almost right on time. We're going to jump right into our last segment for the evening. which is our G2 news. We're going to just basically talk about everything and everything that went down in Gamer Gauntlet. So last week was
big week.
Yeah.
2014 season, first week.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big deal.
And last week was the first week of Gamer Gauntlet. The game we played was Hydro Thunder for the Dreamcast.
Yep.
Which was good times.
Mm-hmm.
And that genre fell under racers. And if anybody isn't familiar with what exactly we're talking about, go check out our website at www.gamergauntlet.com. And it basically talks about everything. It talks about everything we're talking about here, our genres, our season, everything like that. Way too much for us to talk about right now. It's good stuff. Go check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, what we're going to talk about is our League of the Week. Okay, so this is where we're going to take a couple of minutes at the end of the show to basically, send some props out to the 4 lucky gamers who displayed enough skill and... I sound like Obama right there. And displayed enough skill.
Enough skill?
And
I want to be clear. These are the best gamers
and I want to be
that we watched.
And the most
week.
fundamentals.
I have it right here. I can reveal it whenever you're ready.
Yeah,
Just
go
say
for
the
it.
word.
Do it.
Brotherhood is...
Yeah, that doesn't work.
That doesn't work.
That doesn't work at all.
I,
Just put it down. Just put it down. Just
Brotherhood.
Just,
It was the Brotherhood logo. I'm
just
sorry,
put it down.
guys.
No, it's fine.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm taking you off the camera.
I messed up.
Yeah, it was Brotherhood, which
Brotherhood.
Nick was trying to show you our league logo, and we probably should have
Cool
just
logo.
loaded that up.
We should have.
For you guys.
Hindsight 2020.
Hindsight. Hashtag 2020.
Hashtag 2024.
But congratulations, Brotherhood. I would also like to give an honorable mention to a couple of leagues, just off the top of my head. One would be the Vault Dwellers, which happens to be our newest introduction to the season.
Brand new league we just added because we had so many people sign up.
So many, yeah. So they, Vault Dwellers, before we talk about, the big cheese on campus here, Vault Dwellers, you guys were awesome. I saw a lot of fundamental work, which is good. The races...
And what do you mean by fundamental?
The fundamental work is there's a lot of, believe it or not, there's a lot of subtle nuances with Hydro Thunder as far as controlling your craft, understanding the levels. I mean, it's an old school racer, so it's full of, if you know the shortcut, you're going to win, And there's a shitload of shortcuts everywhere. And so, Foxhound, or not Foxhound,
Vault Dwellers.
they definitely showed a lot of that. A lot of understanding of the game. I saw a lot of fundamentals to it. Just unfortunately, it was very one-sided. I think the one gamer basically just destroyed the whole night.
Mr. Sneaky Tiki.
Yeah, and that's awesome, but we're looking for, something that's good to watch, something that's fun to watch, maybe something that's got that oh shit moment in it, And that's why we had to finally give it to Brotherhood. Now, the last shout-out I'm going to give is to... It was. Give me a list of leagues here. It was.
Do you want a blank there, bud?
Yeah, Glendon's league.
That would be.
No, I'm pretty sure they are the Greenhills.
I don't think so. We're gonna have a little.
Show me Greenhills.
Nope.
Nope.
I think it was.
All right,
Hylian.
We're gonna figure out this
Technical
league real quick.
difficulties.
We're gonna figure out this league real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Hylian.
yeah. Was the Hylian Legion. And sorry for that big old whoopsie daisy there. Yeah, it was the Hylian Legion, and the reason why I'm giving a shout out to them is unfortunately in week 1, only 2 of the 4 league members showed up.
Bummer.
But if you look at the video footage, those 2 dudes went at it. It was really, if they would have had 2 more people, I guarantee it would have been League of the Week.
Fireworks.
I mean, we're talking good fundamentals, sticking to each other. They were basically flip-flopping first and second all game long, hitting the jumps, finding the secrets. It was epic. Unfortunately, there was only a couple of you guys. So before, right when you were ready to get into it, the video was over.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I have to give some props to you guys and props to the Vault Dwellers. But now, moving on, Mofo Brotherhood. Way to go, you guys. So for everyone who knows, Brotherhood is the oldest, most prestigious league in Gamer Gauntlet and whatever, right? I mean, we say that all the time, and that's not why we picked them. I'm just saying, that is what we hope
for Brotherhood.
We expect it out of Brotherhood.
We expect it, but that doesn't mean that they are a shoo-in for everything awesome ever.
Mm-hmm.
We are hoping like new leagues like Vault Dwellers and new gamers like Glendon and that league show up this year and maybe start, pulling some of the limelight away from the Brotherhood. But unfortunately, week 1, we got to give it to Brotherhood. There was quite a lot of epic moments. In fact, Nick is in Brotherhood this season.
Zarian Glender. The other members are Axe Factor, Seems That Way, and Winko 5. You can check it out on the league listing on our website.
So, Nick, you were there.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and regale us with the tale of League of the Week. Go.
All right, so here's what happened. We sat down to play Hydro Thunder, and I'd actually, this is embarrassing, but I'd never, ever played this game before. Ever. And I didn't have time to practice because I, help run Gamer Gauntlet in my free time. No, that's an excuse. I take that back. I'm sorry. But anyway, we sat down to play, and I actually did all right. If you watch the video, I hung in there for a couple matches, but then I ran into a couple waterfalls that weren't shortcuts, and then. But okay, so then you have Axe Factor, who's been playing this game for years. And he was really, really, really good.
Yeah.
And then you have Winko 5, who's also really good at this game. I think he clearly practiced. And then you have Seems That Way, he's really likes this game. He's played it a lot before. I don't know if he practiced very much, but it was a good matchup between everybody.
So
and you had, sorry, go ahead.
So sell it to us.
Yeah.
I mean, you're giving us a lot of a backstory, but why, if I was someone who's watching us right now and has no idea what G2 is, why am I going to go to YouTube? Why am I going to look up the Brotherhood video?
You need to watch this league because you don't know who's going to win until it happens. It is just that fast. And you have players, even if you don't know who these people are, you're like, oh, this guy's doing pretty... Whoa, he just got, owned by that other dude. What the heck? And then the other dude, fights someone else, and they're like, oh, yeah, he's holding it. What? He just got toppled again? And it just kept on happening like that over and over the whole night until finally we had a winner at the end, and it wasn't even who we were expecting.
Yep.
Mr. Winko 5 took it away. I mean, not that we didn't think Wink could do it, but... I mean, Axe Factor was bragging a lot that night about how much he'd practiced, and he didn't win. And it was like, wow, there you go. You just had no idea what was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And and then I had this one finish against Axe Factor that I didn't even think that I won. And you have to see that moment.
If that's the one you're talking about, that is literally the reason why I said crazy. This is the League of the Week right here. It reminded me of when we had played it years ago where we had just hair of the chin kind of finish, and for you guys watching it, you might have to actually go back and kind of watch it again, because it's one of those finishes where if you're only half paying attention to this video, you're not even going to realize what happened.
No, because Axe Factor said, he's like, yeah, I'm going to win, and then he's like, wait, it says winner on the other screen. What happened? And I'm like, what? Yep. I won? Holy crap!
I guess it's time for a switcheroo.
It was crazy. And we both go off this ramp, and I'm flipping in the air, and it's just nuts. You got to go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Gamer Gauntlet, and check it out. It'll just be posted under recent videos. Week 1 Brotherhood on Hydro Thunder. But it is awesome. So that is definitely why Brotherhood got League of the Week, and I swear it's not just because I'm in it. Except for if Brotherhood is League of the Week a lot, it's because we're doing awesome, and y'all should just try to top us. Just try. Just try. But it was a lot of fun. We had a good time, and I walked in that night. I had no idea who was gonna win, and it showed. We had just all these upsets. So anyway.
Yeah.
Does that wrap it up for the League of the Week, or?
Yeah, so that ends up, that's enough praise for one day. We don't want any of our gamers' heads to get so big they can't come back to the venue this week. So
I didn't win, so I can't brag. It was Winko 5. He's the one who gets the praise.
Yeah, so basically that concludes it. We're going to wrap up and let you guys know what you can be expecting next week. I would say you can look forward to... Oh, I don't know, Nick. What do you think? We could probably do Dat App. Yeah?
Yeah, we should throw in one of those.
We'll probably do the Dat App.
Dat App.
We'll put Quizilla on the shelf for a little bit, and we'll bring in a lightning round. How about that?
That sounds good to me.
Mm-hmm. And then, and how about a what if?
Ooh, I love those.
Yep.
Let's do one of those.
Yeah. So,
We're really good at this.
If none of you know anything we're talking about, that's perfect because almost
Good.
all of those are brand new
It's a secret.
segments.
It's a
yeah.
secret.
And they're all really juicy. Yeah.
Mhm.
They're like all cliffhangers to your favorite sitcoms, but at once. So you're literally getting cut off. Everything.
Sorry.
Yeah.
To be continued. Do
Exactly.
we have a to be continued screen?
We will make one.
Yeah, we're gonna make one for next week. But basically, we're gonna do this podcast every week, so you can tune. And you know, this podcast is sort of like a secret thing, like we just did it. But next time it will be live, and we will tell you when and where to watch it on twitch.tv/ probably Gamer Gauntlet or something. I don't know. And then that's where you find us, and you'll be able to watch us live and interact. And then we're also gonna post this broadcast to YouTube and probably everywhere else on the internet. So you literally won't be able to go to a single website without seeing us.
Yeah, right on. So thanks for watching the Power Up, you guys. And remember, the Power Up is a show that's trying to take you to the next level. And it doesn't even matter if Nickelback is there.
By the way, do you want to tell them what that's all about?
Nope, not yet.
Well, that's enough.